Richard Ewell was born February 8th of 1817 in Georgetown, District of Columbia. He was raised in Prince William County, Virginia from the age of 3 at an estate near Manassas known as Stony Lonesome. He was the third son of Dr. Thomas and Elizabeth Stoddard Ewell, the grandson of Benjamin Stoddard, the first U.S. Secretary of the Navy, the grandson of Revolutionary War Colonel Jesse Ewell, and the brother of Benjamin Stoddard Ewell. He graduated from the United States Military Academy in 1840, 13th in his class of 42 cadets. He was known to his friends as Old Baldhead or Baldy. He was commissioned a second lieutenant in the 1st U.S. Dragoons and was promoted to first lieutenant in 1845. From 1843 to 1845, he served with Philip St. George Cooke and Stephen Watts Kearny on escort duty along the Santa Fe and Oregon trails. In the Mexican-American War, serving under Winfield Scott, he was recognized and promoted to captain for his courage at Contreras and Churubusco. At Contreras, he conducted a nighttime reconnaissance with Engineer Captain Robert E. Lee, his future commander. Ewell served in the New Mexico Territory for some time, exploring the newly acquired Gadsden Purchase with Colonel Benjamin Bonneville. He was wounded in a skirmish with Apaches under Cochise in 1859. In 1860, while in command of Fort Buchanan, Arizona, illness compelled him to leave the West for Virginia to recuperate. He described his condition as very ill with vertigo, nausea, etc., and now am excessively debilitated, having occasional attacks of ague. Illness and injuries would cause difficulties for him throughout the upcoming Civil War. Richard Ewell married a widow named Lizinka Campbell Brown, and he referred to her as the Widow Miss Brown. Richard Ewell served for both the USA and the CSA. He served in the USA from 1840 to 1861, and in the CSA from 1861 began his career after graduating 13th out of 42 students of the American Military Academy's class of 1840. He was sent to serve in the West with the 1st U.S. Dragoons and served in the Mexican-American War. During the war, he participated in the battles of Contreras and Churubusco, and received a promotion to captain for his gallantry. On May 7th of 1861, he resigned from the United States Army and entered the Confederate Army. Ewell then participated in the Battle of Gettysburg, but received criticism for his actions. Although he met with great success during the early portions of the battle on July 1st, 1863, he did not continue to assault Union positions, which provided Union troops the time they needed to reorganize and prepare defenses. Although confusion exists as to why Ewell did not continue to attack the Union troops, many of the generals in Robert E. Lee's army felt that Ewell's actions helped lead them to the Confederate defeat. Following the Gettysburg campaign, Ewell performed well during the Battle of the Wilderness, but again received criticism for his inaction and indecisiveness at the Battle of Spotsylvania Courthouse. Following the battle, Ewell, who was suffering from health problems, was relieved of commanding his division and sent to command the defenses of Richmond. After Gettysburg, Ewell led his troops during the Battle of the Wilderness in early May 1864. During the Battle of Spotsylvania Courthouse later that month, however, Ewell's hesitation frustrated Lee, who subsequently relieved Ewell from his command and replaced him with Jubal Early. His health faltering due to stress of the campaign, Ewell was sent to aid in the Confederate defense of Richmond.
You ain't never gone.
During the retreat of Lee's forces from that city in early April 1865, Union troops surrounded and captured Ewell and his men at Sailor's Creek. Ewell was imprisoned at Fort Warren in Boston Harbor for the remainder of the war and released in early July. On January 24th of 1862, he was promoted to Major General and served alongside General Thomas Stonewall Jackson through the Valley Campaign in Virginia. He protected Richmond during the Union General George McClellan's Peninsula Campaign and commanded his troops successfully at the Battle of Malvern Hill, Gaines Mill, the 7 Days Battle, and the Second Battle of Bull Run. At the Battle of Groverton, Ewell was severely wounded in his leg, which was amputated below the knee. After several months of recovery, Ewell returned to the army and participated in the Battle of Chancellorsville. On May 23rd of 1863, Ewell was promoted to lieutenant general to replace General Jackson, who had been mortally wounded at Chancellorsville. After the Civil War, Ewell settled in Tennessee with his wife, Lizinko Campbell Brown, who had nursed him back to health after a second Bull Run, and who he married in 1863. Prior to the Civil War, he served both as the first lieutenant with the 1st U.S. Dragoons and a captain in the Mexican-American War, and he carried that early success with him into the Virginia Provisional Army, being appointed a colonel upon his enlistment in May 1861, and then promoted to brigadier general in the Confederate Army just a month later. After his parole, Ewell retired to work as a gentleman farmer on his wife's farm near Spring Hill, Tennessee. He was president of the Columbia Family Academy's Board of Trustees, a communicant at St. Peter's Episcopal Church in Columbia, and president of the Maury County Agricultural Society.